Cool. So look, Dan, thanks so much for joining me today. So it would be awesome for you to just quickly intro yourself and tell us a little bit about your role there at Kingsbridge.
Yeah, so I joined Kingsbridge about a year ago, and work in the business development side of things. So in terms of a bit of background on Kingsbridge, we historically were a contract insurance business. We currently insure around about 30,000 contractors for both their professional indemnity and public liability. We also have a side to the business where we help out our partners with IR35 too. Nice. So we have our own kind of status determination platform, and we also insure those statuses too. Currently, over 10,000 contractors are insured for tax liability for us.
Nice. Hey, that's good. So in terms of sort of recruitment agencies that you can you help one-man bands all the way up to hundreds and thousands, or what sort of size of companies can Kingsbridge work with?
So yeah, we work literally from one-man bands with, let's say, a guy with a laptop who works from his local coffee shop. We absolutely look after him and treat him exactly the same as some of the biggest agencies that we work with that have thousands and thousands of contractors.
Nice. Okay, great. So you're really sort of a holistic solution in terms of whatever stage you're at in your recruitment agency journey.
Absolutely. And we'd love to help and add value any way that we can.
Brilliant. And you guys have been doing some really cool stuff, haven't you? I know I was chatting to Sam about it before and we've spoken about it, but you've been working on an innovative piece of technology which is launching kind of imminently, isn't it?
Yes, we're due to go live this week. So the platform's called Kingsbridge Elements. So similar to kind of how we found our way into our IR35, we've been speaking to all of our kind of most trusted partners over the last 6 to 8 months, understanding more about how they're onboarding contractors and how they're tracking compliance, such as insurance or right to work checks, company's house lookup, all of those fun compliancy things. Found out that a lot of agencies don't have a solution for this, and it's quite a painful process to actually onboard someone, whether that's using spreadsheets, whether that's using Outlook calendar like reminders, whether that's just solely via email, and in some instances people printing stuff off and physically dropping it into the agency's office. So we built a platform where you could hopefully by the end of the year have a whole kind of back office solution where you can onboard someone and make it a lot less painful, as well as providing value to the contractor, making it a nice experience for them to be on board rather than being frustrated with emailing documents all the time.
And that is actually one of the things that I commonly get when I'm doing sort of my advisory, and especially on the tech advisory, is I get asked all the time, what pieces of tech could help me with sort of contractor onboarding, compliance, and all of that. Because I think, as you said, a lot of companies struggle with that, and there's very old-fashioned ways of doing things still with it. So that sounds really exciting. So I take it from a sort of interface perspective, there's some good automations in there. So the consultants as well can load in contractors can get sort of documents sent to them to sign and things, trying to make the process as easy as possible.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the main, obviously we're very insurance focused, being an insurance business. One of the main features that we've had great feedback on is AI. So we're going to have an AI feature in there. So let's say, for example, as an agency, you require a contract to hold 1 million PI and 5 million PL. The contractor would upload that certificate of insurance, and the AI would pull data from that. They make sure that those levels of insurance are correct, and then store the renewal dates. You can then set reminders in the system and chase both the compliance or the operator of the platform as well as the contractor, just to say, look, just as an FYI, your insurance is due for renewal. And
nice.
It saves a lot of time where we've been speaking to agencies and they have to physically click in each month and do or pull a different report, write out manual emails, physically chase contractors daily, and it just takes up a lot of time.
Oh, completely. And if you're dealing with, hundreds of contractors or thousands of contractors, that's a near impossibility to actually be able to sort of effectively stay on top of that. And obviously it's essential that they do. So that sounds incredibly beneficial to them.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I say, we've had some really good feedback, and I think with that, there's a lot of agencies out there, and Elements could potentially make you a little bit different to your competitors.
Yeah.
So when they're not going to have somebody calling them 24/7, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this? There'll be a to-do list, and they can kind of do it in their own time as long as it's done before the engagement. Stop the chasing on all fronts.
Yeah. And if I step it back to the other way, and so we talk about, people either setting up, new agencies, because we get a lot of people who come into the dinghy, especially who are, taking that leap. They're kind of joining or have left a company and they're setting up on their own for the first time. I'm assuming you guys can help them in terms of, determining what insurances are right for them, because a lot of people, that's a new journey for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Partnering with Kingsbridge has many benefits. So, for example, partner with us for PI and PL insurance for contractors. We can help support that. So we can make sure they have adequate levels of cover, especially for the role that they're doing. In terms of R35, if we support you on that, we can help you navigate the legislation safely to protect both you and your own clients. And obviously, most recently now, we can help with the actual physical onboarding of them, whether that's questions around right to work checks, whether that's questions around kind of DBS or credit reference checks, because they're all going to be within the Elements portal. We have people behind the scenes, experts in that, in fact, that can really help and add value.
Cool, great. Well, look, thank you so much. That's a good overview for us. So I just wanted to give our sort of members sort of a quick snapshot on what Kingsbridge can do for them and how they might be able to help. So if anyone is interested in finding out more, they obviously can reach out to Dan on LinkedIn, no doubt, but there will also be contact details in the comments below as well. So Dan, I'm sure you'd be happy to speak to any of their members and see how you guys can help.
Yes, of course. Please feel free to drop me a line.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much, Dan.
Cheers.
Bye.